Cell phones and metal detectors. You can probably hear this thing chattering a little bit. This is the Equinox. If you're going to be out hunting, whether it be with pulse induction, some of the newer VLFs, just about any detector, your cell phone can cause a lot of false signals, cause the machine to be unstable, and cause it not to want to ground balance properly. Hear that? Alright, that is this machine hearing this phone searching for a signal. So every time you're walking around, you get down in a wash like this, something along those lines, this machine starts looking for, the cell phone starts looking for a signal. It's going to affect your machine. And I don't know how many of you notice when you're out hunting or think perhaps your detector, whether it's the Equinox or your Garrett or your Whites, no matter what you're using, gets a little bit unstable and you can't figure out quite why. Maybe you ought to shut your cell phone off. And you can hear this machine is pretty unstable, and if you can see the screen, you can see it jumping around a little bit, numbers wise. If I turn off the cell phone, or even put it in airplane mode, it can be a big help. But even with in airplane mode, a PI detector and some of the other machines will still hear the phone every now and then. Okay, so generally if I'm out hunting, I'm going to shut my phone off. And I just think it's a good idea. There it goes. That was the phone looking for a signal. And you could plainly hear it there. I'm standing still. Now if I shut the phone off, what is it? The phone's taking a while to shut down for some reason. That's interesting. You can sure hear it messing with this detector. And this has been pointed out on YouTube. Phone's off now. And this has been pointed out on YouTube by a couple different people. And I'm not sure that it's been able to get around enough yet, because I still get people calling me, and a couple of my customers have asked me why their machine is so unstable. And the first thing I say to them is, your cell phone off. And they'll tell me no, they had their cell phone with them and it was on. And I explain what I'm explaining to you right now to them. And I get a phone call the next time they hunt telling me thank you, that it solved the problem. You can hear this machine's perfectly stable now. Even if you can't hear it in this video, I think you can. But even if you can't, when I get back and put this together, I'm still trying to get the point across that having your cell phone on can really mess with your detector. And not only can you hear it sometimes, even if you can't hear it, the detector is still affected. Less stability. You may have a little bit of trouble with the sensitivity being high, because it's going to hear the cell phone better with the sensitivity turned up. And we're going to turn this phone back on. This is a Droid Moto. And once it comes on,
hello, Moto.
still quiet. As soon as it starts searching for a signal again, it's going to make this machine unstable. And like I said, it's not limited to one type of machine, folks. This will happen with a lot of different metal detectors out there. The more advanced the detector, the more they can be affected And it's just a simple matter of shutting your phone off. Right now I have 1 bar of signal. And that means this machine, or this phone will be searching for a signal on and off constantly. Hear it? Okay, I've turned it on and off. The phone just told me I had some sort of a message or something. You hear that? Heard bee buzz by, I bet. But that's about it on that. Every time this thing searches for a signal, the detector is having issues. Turn it back off. Quiet and stable. Well, there you go, folks. I thought that was really important to try to get across, along with the other people that are trying to point that out to other people. A lot of times when you think your machine has a problem, it may be simply your cell phone. And by shutting it off, you'll know immediately if that was a problem or not. But like I said, I get a lot of people that have this problem and don't realize it's simply the cell phone. Once you turn the cell phone off, your machine's going to run stable. You're ready to hunt. It's okay to keep the phone with you. Some people put it, like I said, in airplane mode. I shut mine all the way off. And that's just me. So anyway, I hope this will help you out a little bit if you've noticed some extra noise with your machine. And like I said, it doesn't matter what brand you use. The more advanced the machine and the better the machine, I would say, the more they're affected. So even some of the lower end machines are affected, but the more advanced machines seem to have a bit more of a struggle with it, pulse induction especially. And keep that phone off if you want a nice quiet machine and a nice stable machine. Talk to you later, folks.